By a creature called a clock.
What's up, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between? As always, I am Patrick, your mom's favorite powerlifter, full prime of power. Today, we got a deadlift day. We are finally recovered from our QL hip flexor injury, and I'm eating a banana. I noticed that I struggle with presenting the life of Patrick for you guys to join me in this journey. So, I'm gonna walk you guys through a day in my life. It's about 10 a.m. I'm microwaving my first meal. I'm going for a walk outside. Because health, I guess. Health. It's pretty much all that's going on today. Got my morning ritual done, for the most part. There's not much left but to wait for the end of the day. That's a great way to express how active my job is. Alright, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between. I've already said hi to you. Good job, Patrick. Today is a deadlift day. We got sumo deadlifts. We're learning how to sumo deadlift. And we're still in the early stages where the sumo deadlift is not even that, like, it's not even at like 85% of what my conventional deadlift is. So we're doing a lot of form work, some lightweight work, some rep work to kind of get the body used to the ability to sumo deadlift and working out all those kinks that arise when you are learning a new skill set. So we have some banded deadlifts, a 4x4 sumo deadlift 315 light bands. Whatever light bands are, I'm going to have to check with it because everyone likes the red bands to use for things. And those are pretty light. Those are monster mini bands. And then there's the even smaller bands, which are the orange ones that are small and I don't know. And then we have cluster sets, which is a 12x1 where you basically deadlift, you step back, and then you reset up and deadlift again, 12x1. No rest in between those sets other than stepping back and resetting. So we got 12x1 of that, and then the regular droll of accessories. Always do your accessories. It is never okay to skip your accessories because you can get all the skills that you need to be successful in your working stuff, the fanatical, the squat, bench, and deadlift, the amazingness known as the big three. But you can only, if something goes wrong in those and you have a technical breakdown, you're going to end up relying on the strength that you gain in your accessories. And the accessories build on top of that base strength that you've already developed when you're learning the big three. So you're raising your base level of strength, but you're also raising your your basket of tools, your Swiss Army knife of muscles that are required for you to not die. Because not dying's a pretty positive thing to aim for, not dying. But we got sumo deadlifts, the one lift that you can't die doing, pretty much. But it's the one that I've gotten the most injuries on. Deadlift, you can't die really doing it, but it's the one with the highest risk to reward ratio, according to Robert Oberst, who I am the secret love child between Robert Oberst and Eddie Hall, of course. So, time to stop procrastinating in the car and do the deadlift. Let's go. Third poop of the day.
Chapter 1. I scowl with frustration at myself in the mirror. Damn my hair. It just won't behave. And damn Catherine Kavanaugh for being ill and subjecting me to this ordeal. I should be studying for my final exams, which are next week. Yet here I am, trying to brush my hair into submission. I must not sleep with it wet. I must not sleep with it wet. Reciting this mantra several times, I attempt once more to bring it under control with the brush. I roll my eyes in exasperation and gaze at the pale, brown-haired girl with blue eyes too big for her face staring back at me, and give up. My only option is to restrain my wayward hair in a ponytail and hope that I look semi-presentable. Kate is my roommate, and she has chosen today of all days to succumb to the flu. Therefore, she cannot attend the interview she'd arranged to do with some mega industrialist tycoon I've never heard of for the student newspaper. So I have been volunteered. I have final exams to cram for, one essay to finish, and I'm supposed to be working this afternoon, but no, today I have to drive 165 miles to downtown Seattle in order to meet the enigmatic CEO of Gray Enterprises Holdings Incorporated. As an exceptional entrepreneur and major benefactor of our university, his time is extraordinarily precious, much more precious than mine, but he has granted Kate an interview, a real coup, she tells me. Damn her extracurricular activities. Kate is huddled on the couch in the living room. Anna, I'm sorry. It took me 9 months to get this interview. It will take another 6 to reschedule, and we'll both have graduated by then. As the editor, I can't blow this off. Please, Kate begs me in her rasping, sore throat voice. How does she do it? Even ill, she looks gammon and gorgeous, strawberry blonde hair in place, and green eyes bright, although now red-rimmed and runny. Ignore my pang of unwelcome sympathy. Of course I'll go, Kate. You should get back to bed. Would you like some NyQuil or Tylenol? NyQuil, please. Here are the questions and my mini-disc recorder. Just press record. Here. Make notes. I'll transcribe it all. I know nothing about him, I murmur, trying and failing to suppress my rising panic. The questions will see you through. Go. It's a long drive. I don't want you to be late. Okay. I'm going. Get back to bed. I made you some soup to heat up later. I stare at her fondly. Only for you, Kate, would I do this. I will. Good luck. And thanks, Anna. As usual, you're my lifesaver. Gathering my satchel, I smile wryly at her, then head out the door to the car. I cannot believe I have let Kate talk me into this. But then Kate will talk anyone into anything. She'll make an exceptional journalist. She's articulate, strong, persuasive, argumentative, beautiful, and she's my dearest, dearest friend. The roads are clear as I set off from Vancouver, Washington, towards Portland, and the 1-5. It's early, and I don't have to be in Seattle until 2 this afternoon. Fortunately, Kate's lent me her sporty Mercedes CLK. I'm not sure Wanda, my old VW Beetle, would make the journey in time. Oh, the Merc is a fun drive, and the miles slip away as I floor the pedal to the metal. My destination is the headquarters of Mr. Gray's global enterprise. It's a huge 20-story office building, all curved glass and steel, an architect's utilitarian fantasy, with Gray House written discreetly in steel over the glass front doors. It's 1:45 when I arrive, greatly relieved that I'm not late as I walk into the enormous, and frankly intimidating, glass, steel, and white sandstone lobby. Behind the solid sandstone desk, a very attractive, groomed, blonde, young woman smiles pleasantly at me. She's wearing the sharpest charcoal suit jacket and white shirt I have ever seen. She looks immaculate. I'm here to see Mr. Gray. Anastasia Steele for Catherine Kavanaugh. Excuse me one moment, Miss Steele. She arches her eyebrows slightly as I stand self-consciously before her. I am beginning to wish I had borrowed one of Kate's formal blazers rather than wear my navy blue jacket. I have made an effort and worn my one and only skirt, my sensible brown knee-length boots, and a blue sweater. For me, this is smart. I tuck one of my escaped tendrils of my hair behind my ear as I pretend she doesn't intimidate me. Miss Kavanaugh is expected. Please sign in here, Miss Steele. You'll want the last elevator on the right. Press for the 20th floor. She smiles kindly at me, amused, no doubt, as I sign in. She hands me a security pass that has visitor very firmly stamped on the front. I can't help my smirk. Surely it's obvious that I'm just visiting. I don't fit in here at all. Nothing changes, I inwardly sigh. Thanking her, I walk over to the bank of elevators past the 2 security men, who are both far more smartly dressed than I am in their well-cut black suits. The elevator whisks me with terminal velocity to the 20th floor. The doors slide open, and I'm in another large lobby, again all glass, steel, and white sandstone. I'm confronted by another desk of sandstone and another young blonde woman dressed impeccably in white and black, who rises to greet me. Miss Steele, could you wait here, please? She points to a seated area of white leather chairs. Behind the leather chairs is a spacious glass-walled meeting room with an equally spacious dark wood table and at least 20 matching chairs around it. Beyond that, there's a floor-to-ceiling window with a view of the Seattle skyline that looks out through the city towards the Sound. It's a stunning vista, and I'm momentarily paralyzed by the view. Wow. I sit down, fish the questions from my satchel, and go through them, inwardly cursing Kate for not providing me with a brief biography. I know nothing about this man I'm about to interview. He could be 90, or he could be 30. The uncertainties galing and my nerves resurface, making me fidget. I've never been comfortable with one-on-one interviews, preferring the anonymity of a group discussion, where I can sit inconspicuously at the back of the room. To be honest, I prefer my own company, reading a classical British novel, curled up in a chair in the campus library, not sitting twitching nervously in a colossal glass and stone edifice. I roll my eyes at myself. Get a grip, Steele. Judging from the building, which is too clinical and modern, I guess Gray is in his 40s, fit, tanned, and fair-haired to match the rest of the personnel. Another elegant, flawlessly dressed blonde comes out a large door to the right. What is it with all the immaculate blondes? It's like Stepford here. Taking a deep breath, I stand up. Miss Steele? The latest blonde asks. Yes, I croak and clear my throat. Yes. There, that sounded more confident. Mr. Gray will see you in a moment. May I take your jacket? Oh, please, I struggle out of the jacket. Have you been offered any refreshment? No. Oh dear. Is blonde number 1 in trouble? Blonde number 2 frowns and eyes the young woman at the desk. Would you like tea, coffee, water? She asks, turning her attention back to me. A glass of water. Thank you, I murmur. Olivia, please fetch Miss Steele a glass of water. Her voice is stern. Olivia scoots up immediately and scurries to a door on the other side of the foyer. My apologies, Miss Steele. Olivia is our new intern. Please, be seated. Mr. Gray will be another 5 minutes. Olivia returns with a glass of iced water. Here you go, Miss Steele. Thank you. Blonde number 2 marches over to the large desk, her heels clicking and echoing on the sandstone floor. She sits down, and they both continue their work. Perhaps Mr. Gray insists on all his employees being blonde. I'm wondering idly if that's legal when the office doors open and a tall, elegantly dressed, attractive African-American man with short dreads exits. I have definitely worn the wrong clothes. He turns and says to the door, Golf this week, Gray? I don't hear the reply. He turns, sees me, and smiles, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. Olivia has jumped up and called the elevator. She seems to excel at jumping from her seat. She's more nervous than me. Good afternoon, ladies, he says as he departs through the sliding door. Mr. Gray will see you now, Miss Steele. Do go through, blonde number 2 says. I stand rather shakily, trying to suppress my nerves. Gathering up my satchel, I abandon my glass of water and make my way to the partially open door. You don't need to knock. Just go in, she smiles kindly. I push open the door and stumble through, tripping over my own feet and falling head first into the office. Double crap. Me and my 2 left feet. I'm on my hands and knees in the doorway to Mr. Gray's office, and gentle hands are around me, helping me to stand. I am so embarrassed. Damn my clumsiness. I have to steel myself to glance up. Holy cow. He's so young. Miss Kavanagh, he extends a long-fingered hand to me once I'm upright. I'm Christian Gray. Are you all right? Would you like to sit? So young. And attractive, very attractive. He's tall, dressed in a fine gray suit, white shirt and black tie, with unruly, dark copper-colored hair and intense, bright, gray eyes that regard me shrewdly. It takes a moment for me to find my voice. Actually, I mutter, if this guy is
applied at is still hiring. So I'm gonna apply.
Is it,
It's in London.
I would have it playing, but if anyone knows what High School DxD is, just know that I can't have that playing and have it be on YouTube. That wouldn't happen.